Welcome everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to share another new recipe. This is vegetarian assorted mushroom biryani. This recipe has been simplified using very basic ingredients. What you need is 1.5 cup of basmati rice, 2 medium tomatoes, 2 medium onions, 5 to 6 pips of garlic, a piece of ginger, use about 1 inch. Now this is the basic aromatic spices for the biryani. 3 to 4 bay leaves, half a teaspoon of fennel seeds, a piece of cinnamon stick, 4 to 5 cloves, a piece of star anise, 4 cardamom pods, some salt, half a tablespoon of meat curry powder, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, about a quarter teaspoon of turmeric powder, quarter teaspoon of ground black pepper, half a teaspoon of grounded dry roasted fennel seed, 3/4 teaspoon of sugar, some light cooking oil, 1 teaspoon of ghee or butter. You don't have to use this for the vegan version. About 300 grams of fresh mushrooms. Use any kind that is available or seasonal. Some fresh coriander leaves. First, grind the ginger and garlic into a fine paste. Rinse the rice a few times until the water turns clear and drain it well. Slice the onions. Cut the tomatoes. Cut the coriander. Reserve some of the top part for later use. Clean the mushrooms. Rinse it. Pat it dry. Cut it into smaller pieces if they are too large. Use a heavy base pot. If you don't have it, you can also use your pressure cooker, but you have to remove the weight. Heat the pot. Add about 3 tablespoons of light cooking oil if you are using ghee. Reduce the amount of oil. Add 1 teaspoon of ghee or butter. For the vegan version, you can skip this step. Once it's hot, add the aromatic spices in. That is bay leaves, fennel seeds, cinnamon, cardamom, cloves, star anise. Let it infuse the oil for a minute or so. Add the onions. Stir it well. You have to let the onions fry in the oil for about 4 minutes or until it turns brown. Keep stirring it periodically to avoid it from burning. Once it starts to brown, reduce the heat. Now you have to stir it constantly. Now this has been frying for about 4 to 5 minutes. You can see that it's starting to turn brown. Add the ground ginger and garlic. Stir and let it cook for a minute. After about a minute, you can add the tomato. Stir and let it cook for about half a minute. Now you can start adding the spices. Add the turmeric powder, followed by the curry powder. Stir it all well. Now you can add the chili powder. You can adjust the amount of the chili powder according to your taste. The amount actually depends on the chili powder because some of the chili powder is very hot. So add a little first, then you can adjust it later. If it's getting too dry or it's burning, add a little water. After about 2 minutes, add the coriander leaves. Use only the bottom half first. Stir it well. Now you can add the salt. Do not add the whole amount, just add a little first. This is just to dehydrate the vegetables. Stir it all well. After a few seconds, you can add the mushrooms in. We are using 4 different types of mushrooms today. Stir it well until all the mushrooms are coated with the masala. Let it cook for about 2 minutes in the masala so that the mushrooms can absorb the masala. After cooking it for about 2 to 3 minutes, you can add the water. Measure 1.5 cup for 1 cup of rice and 3/4 for the half cup of rice. Stir it well, increase the heat and bring it to boil. Now add the sugar, salt, stir it well, taste it and add more salt if necessary. Add in the roasted fennel seed powder and pepper. Stir everything well and let it come to boil. Once it starts to simmer, add in the rice. Make sure you drain it well. Stir it but do not over stir. Place the lid and let it cook for 10 minutes on medium heat. After about 10 to 12 minutes, reduce the heat to low. Heat a hot plate or a heavy based frying pan. Now the rice has been cooking for 15 minutes. Open the lid. Sprinkle the coriander leaves. Cover it with the aluminium foil. Turn off the heat of the hot plate. Place the hot plate or frying pan over the aluminium foil. Reduce the heat to very low and let it continue to cook for another 3 to 5 minutes. Now it has been 3 minutes. Turn off the heat and let it rest for at least 30 minutes. Now this has been resting for 1 hour. Remove the hot plate and the aluminium foil. Use a pair of chopsticks to mix and loosen it. While stirring it, remove the whole spices if you come across them. You can add more fresh coriander leaves and caramelized onions to enhance the taste. It's best served warm with some onion raita. We have already shared how to make this onion raita in the previous video. You can also serve it with any salad of your choice. It's time to enjoy this biryani with the family. Today we are serving it with some cherry tomatoes. You definitely have to try this recipe. Do share with us your photos and your comments. Till we meet again soon with a new recipe. Vanakkam. Bye.
Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe.